Well, good day, Gothamites. Happy Saturday. Today is Saturday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. Today we're continuing our eBay adventures. Not that, again, we are not professionals at selling on eBay. It's just the reverse. We're newbies. And so we're learning together. We're having this adventure together. Today is part 2. We're going to do part 2. We're going to sell an item on eBay. So what's easiest right now is I have a setup right in back of me, wrong arm, to take pictures of certain items. We're going to be listing some Christmas houses, some vintage houses on sale, but those I haven't figured out yet how to predict their weight in terms of shipping and cost. So we're going to go again with a standard comic book, and let's jump right into it. So here is my eBay page. Now, at the last video, I had some of these things covered up. So you can see your name's going to be at the top left corner once you log in. That is my first name. And you have my eBay, recently viewed, and sell. So once you go to your main page, this is your my eBay page. This is what it looks like. It starts off with summary, recently viewed, bids, offers, watching, so sell. So we're going to go on over to and just click sell. Now I already have pictures of a particular comic book that I'm going to list, and I know we'll get into that in just a second, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. So when you first click sell, it wants you to, because there's most likely someone that sold this before. So you're going to go ahead and search for keywords, and I'm going to search for Swamp Thing Annual #1 DC 1982. So horror sci-fi, we're going to go with comics, Bronze Age. That sounds good. So there is a picture of something similar that we are going to sell. That's what the comic book actually looks like. Okay, so we're going to sell one like this. And I know from previous listings, let's back up. Through videos and research that we've done, we've learned that if you list something with free shipping, meaning you include the shipping in your total price of your object, your thing, your product, your good. If you just have one set price and you list it for free shipping, those tend to get listed higher or get a higher ranking on eBay. So if possible, try and figure out your shipping cost and fold that into your eBay listing. For this one particular comic book, I know it's going to cost less than $5. So I'm going to ship either priority or regular US mail. It's going to cost about $5 or less. So I'm just going to put it in as $5 and fold it into the cost of my comic book. I'm going to name mine, though, a little bit something different. Swamp Thing, I'm going to call this Swamp Thing Annual #1 DC Comics official if I see official movie adaptation. Adapt, ADAPT, adaptation. So where I'm learning this together. So this is kind of how I want to do it. I think it's a great condition. Great condition. Okay, so it only gives you so much space to type in here. 3 characters left. CONDT. Great condition. Swamp Thing Annual #1, 1982, DC Comics, official movie adaptation, great condition. That's how I want it. Now, underneath this, we're going to add a photo. We're going to add 4 of them. So first we're going to click on Add from the Computer. And I go to my folder, which I have it, eBay Pics. I'm going to choose Swamp 1 for Swamp Thing #1. So that's going to be my main page. Yes, my main photo. So now we're going to add 3 more. That's the flat view of the laying flat on the table. This is going to be a zoom in of that actually says 1982. It's vintage. And we're going to do the 4th picture, which shows the inside. If when you open up the first page of the comic book, this is what it looks like. So I'm going with 4 pictures. You can list as many of these as you like. You can just keep going. The more pictures, the better. Certification number, it's not, I didn't have it certified. So there it says it's uncertified. It's not from a convention. I'm ungraded. Okay, I didn't take it to get graded or certified anywhere. Modified item, it's not modified. Now, here's where you add your description. If you just want to leave your description as the title of the description, have it both say the same thing, that's fine. If you want to add more information, click change, and you could type everything you want right there, anything and everything. I'm going to go back and edit this in a minute or 2, and I'll show you the end result because I want to copy and paste from a different listing that I had. Okay, we're back. So here's the listing that we did. We clicked on the change. As you remember, we were in the description area. Clicked on change, and I added the complete listing for it. The inside of the comic book lists the official title of the comic book as The Saga of the Swamp Thing. Annual #1, 1982. It's volume #1, #1, DC Comics. #1 DC Comics. I'm going to put, period, official movie adaptation, great condition. So I tell them where things are shipped or how it's shipped. USPS, United States Postal Service, first class. Shipping via US only. For single comic books and not high valuable comic books such as $30, $40, $50, $100, $200, $1,000 comic books, it doesn't make sense to ship internationally or things like that. So I list on there shipping United States only, so we can put it in an envelope and get it off right away and get the comic book, their purchase to them as soon as possible. I put in here this comic book is the official movie adaptation of the Swamp Thing because it says right on the cover. As you can see on the comic book, it says the official adaptation of the Embassy Pictures film, Swamp Thing. Okay, so I listed it properly. I'm not making anything up here. So if that's how the comic book says, that's how I'm going to list it. So then I put in there, it is the official movie adaptation of the Swamp Thing. This comic book has been printed on classic comic book paper. I say that because new comic books are printed on this super glossy, really shiny paper. The new comic book pages may, because of the type of paper it is, may deter water damage better than older comic books. So I let them know that this was printed on classic comic book paper. We list the publisher again, DC Comics, 1982, and we show that in one of our pictures. This comic book is 30 years old, which means it is vintage. I'm going to put it in there. This comic book, I'll list this, be more descriptive the better. This comic book is vintage, and it is true because it's over 20 years old. This comic book is vintage, with it being over 30 years old, and it's in great condition. Being a new seller, I promise to get your product to you in a timely fashion. So you're trying to build up a eBay points, an eBay seller profile that has a positive profile to it. So you want to start getting those sales out there so that your eBay profile shows a positive outlook and people trust you more. So as a new seller, I put that in there. I promise to get your product to you in a timely manner, to let people know that I'm serious about this sale and I want to get it to you. Your purchase will be shipped to you in a protective cover with a cardboard backing. So I let them know what they're going to get. The cardboard cover with the backing. And most likely when I ship it out, it's probably going to have two backings, one for the front, one for the back. And maybe some padding, especially with number ones. Now, with that said, here we go down the next section, pricing. I'm not going to do an auction, so we can turn off the auction. This is an on-off button. There's an auction. I slide it over and hit off. I'm going to choose a buy it now. Okay, so then it automatically chooses buy it now. And we put our price in here. I'm going to put in $12. That is a basic average price of the comic book plus shipping included. So you can see it's going to be standard shipping, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change this and put shipping included. I'm going to put, so there's 3 items right here. It's kind of hard to see bullet points where you can choose it. Just click on the words offer free shipping and it automatically highlights. So I'm going to offer free shipping. Here's our email address. We're not going to do any returns because I'm not a store. I'm not dealing with that. You get what you buy, especially starting off. These comic books that I sell are in good condition, and anyone having them should be happy to get them. They're going to come to them looking good and know that I've taken care of my comic books throughout the past. We're done. We've chosen our shipping, which is included, offer free shipping, a total price package of $12, which includes shipping, a complete description. We set our grade of the comic book. It wasn't graded. I'm not taking it to a specialist to get it graded. I'm not dealing with all that extra nonsense. And if people want it, they can take a look at it. I've put in 4 excellent photos, actual photos of the comic book. We're ready to go, a complete listing. And all you do is hit list it. Now the next thing it's going to do is it's going to pop up and ask if you want, make sure I don't get told. So it's going to ask you if you want to do this. Starting 10 days after your listing, we'll lower the price 5% every 5 days. Right now, I don't want that. And then it says, do you want to boost your item? So you're going to be paying more money to boost it. Right now, I'm a new seller. I don't have money to do that. I'm going to say no thanks to that. And boom, success. So how do I see it? I'm going to go back to my eBay right here. I'm going to go back to my eBay. And I'm going to go down to my sell, all selling. So we have sell, all selling. That's just one way to view it. And now we have 4 items. We had 3. Now we have 4. We have 4 active. And because your first 50 items to list on eBay are, they're offering free item listing. They're not charging you to list the item. They'll charge you a fee when you sell it, but not when you list it. So your first 50 free as a novice seller, every single month, you get 50 free listings. So I'm not worried about listing it. And there it is. Swamp Thing #1 annual DC Comics official movie. So we have $12, buy it now. Best offer plus shipping. So it shouldn't say plus shipping, but when they click on it, they'll see that. Boom. Shipping should be included. Free shipping standard. There you go. Shipping, free shipping. Shipping is included. $12. That's our main picture there. And you hover over and they could see the inside picture. That's the backing. That's the proof that it's from 1982, and that's the inside page. These are pictures that I took of my actual comic book, and there's our listing. So, Gothamites friends, I hope you enjoyed that. It's the only thing new or shocking that I would suggest that I've learned is that if at all possible, try and find the weight and how you're going to ship it. So if the bulkier your item, you may also have, and the more delicate your item, you're going to add packaging, box, bag, what have you. Those are going to add to the weight of the product. So if you can know how you're going to ship it, take your pictures, list it, package it all up, and weigh it and adjust your shipping that way. Have a weight, a scale, something that might help. USPS has a website that can give you an idea of what the cost of your product will be shipped, and you could put that on there. And like I said, not all sellers do free shipping. Not all sellers do. However, eBay has told some of the top shippers, and these people have put out YouTube videos and letting them know your products, your goods, your items are going to get higher ranking if you offer free shipping. So that's why I did it on this, in hopes that we'll get a bite. Comic books are very tough. They have a very slim margin. Mostly people are looking at super rare comics. Comic books are things that people want to inspect themselves in front of them, to feel it, to see the creases of the backing, the edging, okay, the book backing. They want to see the flatness of the pages, inspect the corners. Comic books generally I don't think sell unless they're super rare, like a Spider-Man #1, something like that. They're very hard to sell on the internet, on eBay. But we're doing it anyway to have some fun. We're going to start listing other items. I need to research for myself, the weight of these items to predict the cost. That's why I haven't listed anything else other than a couple of comic books. Gothamites friends, if this video was helpful at all, or if you have anything you could add to it, any of your stories, anything that you think that I've done wrong or could do better, please leave some comments below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, Gothamites, if you found this helpful, please hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. We'd like to see you back in our next video. We're going to continue with our eBay adventures. Gothamites, have a great weekend.